Alright, so I'm here to talk about the end of the DCEU. And by that I mean I will be talking about the sequel to Aquaman. So, Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom, is a direct sequel to, of course, Aquaman. And in this film, Arthur and Orm must work together to save Atlantis from Black Manta and all of his threats. And that is really the basic plot of this film. But after seeing this film, I thought that that plot that was carried by the first film didn't really take the spotlight that much. And that is due to the second plot of this film. And that is about a trident, a black trident. And I think this plot really distracts the focus from the main plot quite a lot. So you are here as an audience, you are pretty distracted by this second plot, even though you know that the main plot is just Aquaman saving his kingdom and fighting Black Manta. But plot stuff aside, Now let's talk about the cast. Of course, Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson stars as Aquaman and King Orm. Well, not really king now, but you know what I mean. These two are the stars of this film. And I think their brotherhood dynamic really works in this film very well, even better than the first film, because the first film was setting up a potential team up, but in this film they really went on with the brotherhood stuff, and I think that works very well in the context of this film. Now, their banter is sometimes accompanied by the presence of comedic aspects in this film, and I think most of the time the comedic aspects really works well, because it really lightens the mood up. And yes, this film is lighthearted, but the humor never really distracts you to the degree of Thor: Love and Thunder, for example. No, it's not that bad. Most of the jokes here know their place and didn't actually overstay their welcome. Now, as for the villain, there are two plots trying to battle the spotlight. And unfortunately, I think the trident plot takes a bit of a spotlight, a little bit too much of a spotlight. You know that the main plot here is supposed to be about Black Manta, and I think the actor portraying Black Manta really does a really good job. But I think he should have been fleshed out a little more. Give the spotlight to him instead of this black trident that we really do not care. But I think this is still a really good film on its own, really erasing the context of the previous movies on the DCEU. And I really think this film works very well if you had not watched everything that come up before this. It would have been fine, It works really well as a standalone film. But there is two more aspects that bothers me in this film. The first one is, of course, the dialogue. The dialogues here are atrocious. There's one certain character that keeps saying outstanding 4 or 5 times throughout the film, and it really distracts you from the experience that you're having in the theater. So when this person comes up and keeps telling you the same thing, you're just like, man, come on, can you come up with other dialogue that makes a scene interesting? Well, unfortunately, they did not come up with a great dialogues in this film, and I think most of the dialogues here are really bad. So the dialogue is bad. And there is one more aspect that I will touch on the negative side, and that is, we've all seen the CGI in the trailers, and I think they don't look really that bad, but at sometimes they are distracting. You can really see, you can really feel that they are not underwater, even though they are in an underwater sea, in an underwater kingdom in that scene. And you know very clearly, and that is a CGI, a green screen. Yes, maybe it really doesn't bother you that much, but to some degree it still is distracting. And I think by all of the negatives and positives in this film, I think it still works on its own very well. And as a close-up for the DCEU, well, really not that great. But if you want to skip this, just don't give a damn about it. It would be fine. You're not gonna be missing a lot of things, because after this, there will be no more DCEU. There is the upcoming DCEU, you know. So there is two different contexts here. Depends on how you look at it. So on its own, I think this film works very well, and I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. And see you on the next video. Have you seen Aquaman 2: The Lost Kingdom? If you have, tell me what you think about it. Is it bad? Is it good? Do you even care about the DCEU? Do you even check this out? Tell me everything down in the comment section, and see you on the next video.